Hey guys, I'm Jonas. Today we're going to take a look at our new turn signal upgrade kit for your Yamaha PTV. Now this kit was designed to work with the 2017 and newer Yamaha Drive2s that came from the factory with head and tail lights. So that's going to include the PTV and the Adventure models, as well as the 4-seater and 6-seater Drive2s in gas or electric. So an easy way to tell if your cart came from the factory with head and tail lights is to just look at your ignition switch. So any cart that came with these lights from the factory is going to have a 3-position ignition switch. So you're going to have off, on, and then on with your headlights on. So if your lights aren't controlled by your ignition switch, then most likely you have an aftermarket set of lights that was installed by somebody else, and this kit will not work on your cart. Now this upgrade kit is going to add turn signals, hazard lights, and brake lights to your factory light kit. Now if you guys want to check out these turn signal upgrade kits, we've got them available on our website at powerequipmentman.com. We're going to start out by removing our center dash. To do this, we just need to use a small flathead screwdriver to remove the emblem, then use a 3mm Allen head wrench to remove the screw. Then pull up and back. Now to install our turn signal switch onto the steering column, we first need to install the rubber grommet onto the metal strap that's included in your kit. Now we can use the 2 screws and lock washers to attach our turn signal switch assembly to the steering column. To find the height that we need to set our turn signal assembly at, you can just hold the steering column cover in place and then match the turn signal switch to the height of the column cover. Now we need to trim the rubber cover at the bottom of the steering column to allow room for our wiring harness to feed through the rubber cover and over into our center console. Then remove the relay control box from our turn signal wiring and feed the wiring through the rubber boot and over into the center dash. Then you can install our steering column cover. Now you can plug back in our relay control box. To start installing our new wiring harness, you're going to run the longer section marked brake down along the front of the cart towards the brake pedal area. Then run the driver and passenger side turn signal wires to the respective sides. Now we can connect the 9-pin connector to our turn signal switch. Then we need to remove the cover from this 4-pin connector on our factory wiring harness. To release the cover, there is a tab that you have to push down on the back of the connector. Now we can plug in the 4-pin connector from our new wiring harness. Now if you have a gas-powered cart, you're going to have 2 spade connectors that we need to connect to our factory wiring harness. You should have a power and ground wire laying right behind your ignition switch that we're going to plug into these 2 connectors. Connect black to black and red to red. If you have an electric cart, you will not have these 2 spade connectors. Your harness will come with a jumper wire already installed on it that will get our power and ground from the 4-pin connector that you've already plugged in. To install our brake pedal switch, we first need to get the floor mat out of the way by removing the plastic push pins. To do this, you can use a flathead screwdriver or a body clip removal tool. Now we can roll the floor mat over out of our way. Then we can remove the access panel from the pedal assembly. Now for your brake light switch, these kits do come standard with just a screw-on style brake pad. Now this is just going to lay on top of your brake pedal. You'll pre-drill all 6 holes using an 1/8 inch drill bit. Now if you have this newer style black pedal assembly, you may need to trim just a little bit off the side of these to get them to lay down in this pedal. But we do also give you the option to upgrade to this new over the pedal style brake pad. Now there is two different versions of this brake pad depending on which pedal assembly you have. So the older 2017 to 2019 models came with silver pedal assemblies. Then from 2020 to current is when they went to these new style black pedals. So the shape of the pedal is different, so you'll need to select the correct pad to fit your pedals. Now to install this over-the-top style pad, you just lay it over top of the pedal assembly, and it has a rubber lip that grabs on the back side of the pedal. So these are very simple to install and no tools are required. You're just going to hook this pad onto the right side of the pedal and pull it towards you, wrapping around to the back side. Now you can route the wiring harness alongside the factory wiring harness and in through the hole in the floorboard. Then connect to our 2-pin connector coming from the brake pad switch. Now you can use the zip ties provided in the kit to secure the wiring out of the way. Now you can reinstall your access cover and floor mat. To install our front turn signal lights, we first need to use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the 2 screws from the back of the lens. After removing the lens, you'll see a hole that's already there in the housing. This hole will just have a foam cover on the back side that you'll need to remove. Now these turn signal lights are side specific. The wires on the back side of the light are going to be pointed up when you install the light into the housing. Now it's easiest to first install the light bracket onto our lens and then fit the lens back into the housing. Then use the 2 screws to reinstall the lens and plug in our 2-pin connector to our wiring harness. Now you can repeat this process on the other side. After testing to make sure that all of your lights are working properly, you can then use the zip ties provided in the kit to secure your wires up and out of the way. Then you can reinstall your dash. So this turn signal switch that we use does have a built-in beeper. So anytime that your turn signal or your hazard lights are on, you should hear an audible beeping noise. You should also notice that your fuel level gauge or battery level gauge, if you have an electric cart, is going to be flashing at you as well. These are both things to help remind you to turn off the turn signal after you've completed your turn. Now to engage the hazard light switch on this turn signal assembly, there is a lever on the bottom side of your turn signal lever. So with that hazard lever, you're just going to pull out and that will engage your hazard lights. But to disengage that lever, you cannot push back in on it. You have to flip your turn signal lever in either direction and it will automatically cancel those hazard lights. Now if you guys want to check out these turn signal upgrade kits, we've got them available on our website at powerequipmentman.com. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. If you got some good value out of this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.